Big D Entertainment, in association with Dipsy Doodle Productions, presents The Dave Holly Hour. Brought to you by The Sky Lounge and Tea, XL Chiropractic, Quality Nails, Ale Hop Brewery Tours, and Jesse Moffat Entertainment. The Dave Holly Hour features Sioux Empire Arts and Entertainment Conversations and has been recognized by the Sioux Falls Stage Awards with a special distinction for promoting the arts. A true lover of arts, entertainment, good food, and fun times, including an occasional Jack Daniels. Okay, so a few Jack Daniels. Here he is, Dave Holly.
Welcome, everyone, to more great conversations with the creatives. It's taken a while, but we finally have them on the show together. Brady Wrede, Katie Wrede, they have solo performances that they do in the musical world. They've been on before. Brady's been on a few times. They also happen to perform together as Common Ground. And Common Ground has a busy schedule coming up this summer. Lots of engagements. Well, I don't know if they're playing engagement parties, but they're playing some weddings. They're going to be playing around Sioux Falls. You will see them plenty. They're going to be playing at some farmers markets. Plenty that we talked to them about. They are a very enjoyable music duo, and they also happen to be a very enjoyable married couple. That conversation coming up in just a few minutes. This week's show will make up for all the times it goes well over an hour, as sadly it will be just the one conversation featured. My apologies. You know, I have a bachelor's degree in speech communications. You know, sometimes people will say, oh, well, I'm not really using my college degree. Seems to be the case for me of late, or maybe it's just age. But when I lined up a second conversation about a month back for this episode, I mistakenly told the guest that we would be recording on Thursday. And I was all set up at our wine bar Monday evening, feeling like a sophomore in high school. Yeah, thinking I'd been stood up again. But then I realized my apparent mistake. So in addition to you, the listeners, and my guest, I also apologize to Southwest Minnesota State University for my lack of using my communications skill set. Oh well, live and learn. And now, on to happier things.
Time to grab your favorite beverage, lift it high, and toast it to being Thursday, a.k.a. Weekend Eve.
Hey, the weekend isn't around the corner, it's here!
So long, hump day in your frumpy way. We say hello to Thursdays with opening nights. The weekend is near and we can see the bright lights. Yes, Thursday, you're so hearty, we can't wait for Friday, so a day early, we start the party.
Hold 'em up high. Dependent upon the time of day and what you're doing, where you're listening, might be dependent upon what you lift high to toast. I, of course, on Wednesday evenings when I produce this show, am here in the Dipsy Doodle production studio with a Jasper Newton, Jack Daniels, Diet Coke, and a lime. And we are toasting to the art of dance. You know, plenty of dance recitals taking place as the school year comes to a close. Kudos to the instructors, such as Lisa Conlon, Raina Rasmussen, who have been on the show before, and their staffs. And also, just to dancing in general as a way to move or be moved emotionally. Last weekend was at a newly married couple's first dance. Tomorrow night, Carrie and I get to see our granddaughter's dance recital. So we're going to toast that, the art of dance. And by the way, that granddaughter, that would be Harper Lee Pearson, who just turned 11 yesterday. The Weekend Eve Toast has been brought to you by Ale Hop Brewery Tours. People are talking about how great it is using Ale Hop. On their Facebook page, here's what Tina had to say. Super fun and convenient. You can go out, have a good time with friends, not have to worry about driving home. Best of all, it supports our locals. No matter what brewery in Sioux Falls, or possibly that distillery might be on your idea for a brewery tour, they're going to let you and your friends choose them. Book your private tours online, alehopbrewerytours.com, and that's alehopbrewerytours.com. If you're already out and about on a weekend, They have some public tours, and for more info on that, call 605-777-2183. That is 605-777-2183. Ale Hop Brewery Tours, where micro fans meet micro brews. Honorable mention. All right, first-time listeners, you know, well, no, you don't. Long-time listeners, you know that I always like to talk about something that tickled my funny bone, made me happy in general, made me laugh, guffaw, chuckle, chortle, slap my knee silly, maybe have some tears of joy and so forth. Well, we get a mixed bag of things this time around. My dear friend Mike Henriksen, retiring from broadcasting, one of his favorite watering holes, Gateway Lounge, decided he needed a party. In many ways, it was like an old Mid-Continent radio reunion. I used to work for them. Mike was actually the one that got me into working at Mid-Continent Radio, along with where I got to work with Chad McKenzie. Chad was at that yesterday as well. And by the way, I also understand there is a Mid-Continent Radio reunion planning stages, at least. Now, I was able to see some old friends, met some new ones. One of the new ones was John Van Dusen. It was a TV weatherman in this market years ago. And he was talking about, first of all, he's got a great, just beautiful, smooth voice. But he was talking about having worked in radio before he moved on to TV. Now, radio is not known for being a lucrative occupation, per se. So when he said, and then I moved over to TV, I said, oh, that meant you got paid $1 more. Very quick-witted, he said, yeah, apparently that meant something to my wife. So it was just one of those where the table kind of erupted, especially knowing what it is in the broadcast business as to what wages can be and so forth. But so thank you to John for the best line of the night. But to Mike, thanks for all the contributions you've made to South Dakota radio, high school sports, including everything you've done on South Dakota Public TV for state tournaments, the South Dakota Hall of Fame, to countless organizations you help that need help, to your days of stand-up comedy, and now to the books you assemble. But most of all, Mike Henriksen, thank you for being a great and trusted friend. You deserve every bit of this applause. Coming up next, it's Common Ground on the Dave Holly Hour.
Hi, my name is Jesse Moffett, and I'm not a piano player. I'm a comic magician and hypnotist. I've been performing for over 20 years. I've performed at many events, corporate events, holiday parties, post-prom parties, graduation parties, state and county fairs, festivals, just about anything you can imagine. The funniest thing about the Magic Act is that I use a ton of audience participation, and that can make things really interesting. Put it down the front of your shirt. Stop being so, my hand won't follow it. The best thing about the hypnosis show is that the volunteers and their imaginations really make it a blast.
Holy crap, dude, did you see what you just did? You could do that possibly to girls.
For booking information, go to Jesse Moffett Entertainment on Facebook. That's JESSEMOFFITT. Or call 605-929-0964.
Ladies, when it's time to give your nails some love, get that extra special treatment from Quality Nails on South Minnesota Avenue in Sioux Falls. Manicures and pedicures that look great and make you feel fantastic. Zaya and Tony provide professional care for your hands and feet, whether you just want the basics or an extra special look with added flair. Oh, and guys, it's okay to treat yourself too. Quality Nails. Call for an appointment. 605-334-1463.
For him, every day is a Holly day. Here again, Dave Holly.
Hey, thanks again, everybody. Always appreciate all the likes, the shares, the follows, whatever you're doing on social media, or you're going to the website. It is greatly appreciated, and certainly the numbers keep showing it, and because of that, we're going to have some fun things coming your way in the very near future. Some prizes.
Yeah, because we just keep getting more Chotsky and everything else. You're saying, but Dave, you always start off these segments with, it's always a pleasure. And certainly it is, but we have a different situation because typically I'll say it's either always a pleasure to have somebody returning as a guest or somebody as a new guest. Well, you know what? You get both at this one because Brady Wrede has been on before a few times. His lovely wife, Katie, has been on before. But they play together in a thing called Common Ground, so it's the first time we've actually had Common Ground on to talk about what's going on with all of your music because, you know, this is, we're coming up on Memorial Day, and everybody will say, the unofficial start of summer. Yeah, Mother Nature has a little more to do than we do, but it's going to be a big summer for the two of you regardless, isn't it? Common Ground is, how many spots you have booked already?
Oh my gosh.
You just took a look at your website to make sure.
I did, but I didn't have the number. I think we're basically playing almost every weekend this summer to give you
Most
an idea.
weekends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both Saturday or both Friday, Saturday, or at least 1% per weekend?
Yep, and there's some, we always do the downtown events or Sioux Falls,
Right.
but now we're starting to branch out into Minnesota, and we've got weddings going on, so
Excellent.
it's a mixed bag this summer, which makes it interesting and fun.
Where are you headed to in the great state of Minnesota?
So a few weeks ago, we played a birthday party for someone in Dawson,
Okay.
Minnesota, at a winery there. So that was really fun. And then someone there heard about us in the city of Boyd, Minnesota. And so we are going to be playing for kind of their town days, celebration days, coming up here in June. So, yeah, just some kind of random things that all sparked a little bit from one person hearing us. So
That referral system is great, isn't it?
yeah, it works. When it works, it's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about that. So that's a great thing for the two of you. But here's the great thing for those that will be seeing you is you're fantastic musicians and vocalists. And besides some covers, you've also got, some original things. So what should one expect when they come to see Common Ground?
Well, so we both compose and write our own music, as we've been on the podcast talking about that. As far as Common Ground goes, we've really decided and narrowed it down to play covers, and that's all we do is play covers with Common Ground. And so you're going to hear all sorts of genres and decades. We like to say we play a little bit of everything from Johnny Cash to the Lumineers to Vance Joy, you name it, we kind of play it, aside from some country stuff. But we do a little bit of that.
Yeah, he said aside from some country stuff, despite, having some country roots.
Right. Yeah, go against what I know. Yeah.
We've tried to incorporate more, but I think
Yeah.
the country that we do enjoy playing the most is that, that older country, Johnny Cash type era. So that's definitely what we're more into versus the new country. But I know that our fans, especially in this town, they really appreciate that newer country as well. So we sometimes will even take requests and play some of that newer stuff.
Wagon Wheel, do you do that one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Who doesn't, huh?
Right.
Chicken Fried.
Yeah.
I always, Chicken Fried is an excellent tune. But, I always thought for the longest time that Wagon Wheel was called Mama Rock Me.
That's understandable.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep, I could see that.
Brady, what got you into music, and why did you want to get together with this gal and have the two of you be together as a duo?
Well, when we first met, music was kind of the thing that brought us together in a way. And so I don't know at what point we decided to make it a group. I think we had both been playing a little bit on our own, and then, I don't know, at some point we just said we should play together formally.
I have an answer to this one.
Oh,
maybe
it.
maybe you have the better answer than me.
Yeah, so when we were in college, we were both taking part in the Downtown Street Musician program. I had been doing it for a few years already, and I told Brady, I said, well, if you want to do music too, you should do the Downtown Street Musician program as well. So we were both doing this, but we also liked playing together, so we would quote unquote feature each other on some songs at each other's performances. And then I guess we just got to this point where we were like, this is kind of silly. If we both love playing together, why don't we just combine forces and actually make this some type of a group. So then we came up with a name. Well, we had a few different names of group names.
We did a Survey Monkey, I think.
Yeah,
and
we asked friends
posted-
and family of what we should do.
And Common Ground was just one of the options, and I think that got the most votes. So.
Yep.
Well, it's good that you at least went with what the crowd wanted. Then.
Yeah, crowd favorite,
Yeah,
as always.
Well, there was only one vote for this one, but boy, I really like the name. Let's go with it anyway.
Yeah.
didn't do that.
No.
Yeah.
Good.
And don't ask what the other options were, but I think I have. I think I can think of one that we had, and looking back, it's like, yeah, the Common Ground one was definitely the best option that we had at the time.
So you were talking about this street performer program. Where was that at?
That was in here in Sioux Falls.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I believe they're still or
I
not.
think it's done now.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, so last year they had it. They still
Right.
had it. This year, because we checked, we were just curious to see if they still had it, and I never saw anything. And maybe because of the Levitt and just all the live music that's really picked up at local businesses, maybe they
True.
decided we don't need to do this program because there's already a ton of music happening.
Very, very true.
Which is great. But, yeah.
I think you guys know him because you played at Wood Grain before, haven't you? You have not played at Wood Grain?
Never played
Not
at
yet.
Wood Grain.
Jason, you need to get these two. Common Ground. Okay, Jason? Closed circuit for one of the owners of Wood Grain. Anyway,
Shameless
we
plug.
were down at another brewery one night, my wife and I. We were watching somebody play, and in walks Jason. And, what's great about this community is arts and entertainment, it's collaborative. And so many people work together. Well, all these breweries all love each other, too. And so he's down there to have a competitor's beer and loving it. But we're talking about the explosion of arts in Sioux Falls, in the Greater Sioux Empire throughout the past decade or two. And he was saying, we're at Severance on the north side of Phillips. And he said you could start basically up near the shrine, park up near there on a Friday or Saturday night in the summer, and by the time you got to Severance, you would have had half a dozen possibilities of places to eat, nearly a dozen opportunities to drink, and probably had the opportunity to take in about 20 different performances from people. And so it's been so great to see how that has come about. And it's obviously got to be a great thing for you. Yes, you had that to start with. But in the meantime, then, it's growing for you guys. You're booked basically every weekend of the summer now.
Yeah, and I think we first originally started, it was something where we were okay doing it just a few times here and there for the summer. Every performance was like a big thing because we didn't have very many. And at some point, we both kind of realized that, well, if we want to play more, we probably can. We just need to push a little harder. And so we started pushing right before COVID basically started.
Right.
And booked a bunch of things. And then, despite COVID, still played quite a bit. And then ever since then, it's just really been steady. So.
Yeah, and I think, at the time when we were doing the street musician program, we just didn't know. Now, of course, as you said, the music opportunities in Sioux Falls have just blossomed greatly over the years. And so as we started calling places asking, do you need music? We can provide music. We started to see truly how many opportunities there are for musicians in the city. And it's just such a gift to be a part of that.
Off the top of your head, ballpark figure, how many places in Sioux Falls have you played?
Probably 20.
Wow.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's incredible.
Give or take. Yeah.
Because you think back, 20 years ago, there were a handful of bands, and everybody else was just playing at church, maybe. Or maybe at an assembly for their kids or something. And now you've got opportunity to be out there and to make it more than just kind of a hobby, but to actually make it an avocation.
Right.
And because I know, at least Brady, for you, that that's you have a good full-time job being a teacher. But by the same token, we've talked before, and you would love to be able to do music full time.
Yeah, and I think in order for that to happen, obviously there needs to be opportunities. So as long as Sioux Falls keeps growing, which I assume it will, I think there's going to be just more and more opportunities, not only for Common Ground, but any music in general. So,
Katie, what do you like best about playing in Common Ground versus doing your solo stuff?
Oh my gosh. Well, with my solo piano, I mean, it's meant to be more of a background, calm piano thing. I mean, you probably wouldn't see me playing that type of music at one of the breweries in Sioux Falls unless that's the atmosphere that they were going for. So I love with Common Ground that we play songs that are popular, that people know. They're energizing, even though we're not like a rock band, we still have that energy of like the folk atmosphere. And just to see people, one of my favorite things to do while I'm playing with Brady is I will see out of the corner of my eye somebody tap on their foot, or I'll see somebody, mouthing the words of a song, and that I just love that because that means that we're connecting with other people. It's a lot of fun. For that surprise birthday that Brady was talking about, this was the first time that we had, I think that was probably our most rambunctious crowd, and they were not hesitating to throw requests our way. And sometimes we'll take requests if we think we're going to do the song justice. If we don't, then we say we'll put that on the list for next time.
What was the age of the birthday party, by the way?
It was a 50th birthday party,
okay.
So they were requesting some, older generation songs that we knew, but we had never really done. So
yeah, but when we do it, and then the whole room goes nuts because that's what they love.
So Brady, let's go back to the comment you made about you had to push yourself. Then push yourself just in trying to market yourself more, or was it also, hey man, we got to rehearse, we got to learn some more covers, we got to do this, and a checklist of things?
It was a combination. I mean, the biggest thing was just marketing. I think we had to get out there, and we actually went around and handed out physical business cards and, shook hands with as many people as we could as opposed to emailing or messaging on Facebook. Like, we actually went in there and said, hey, we want to play music. And so I think that made an impact because now you're putting a name to a face. And then, once that started happening, then it was the spillover effect was, okay, now we got to make sure we're on our A game and practice and learn new songs, like you said, which we've continually added some songs throughout the years. So,
what about rehearsal time? How much do you spend on that?
Can I answer that one?
Yeah, we spend as much time needed to produce the best result for our fans and our
Sounds like a mission statement.
It does. Yep, pretty much.
Well, it's good to know that at least, no matter what the level it's going to be, you're going to put it in there and make it go for that and so forth. But do you take the requests like from this birthday party that, you didn't know, and now you've come back home and go, ooh, let's work on that one?
We have a few we definitely are like, why haven't we played that song? And so, it's like, all right, we're going to add that one consistently to the set list. But there's been some other ones where like, yeah, we played it for that, but we probably won't play it again.
Right.
Like for that party, they were all having a good time, probably had a few drinks, and we probably sounded a lot better than we actually did.
Don't sell yourself short.
So it's kind of one of those like,
I'm a fan of yours. I've been to plenty of your performances. I know how well you two do together. You don't have to say that.
Yeah.
Katie, what would you give yourself as a grade for Common Ground?
A grade?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Since he's the teacher.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I would say A for awesome, B for we're always trying to better ourselves, and we don't go any lower than that. A or B.
A or B.
Really.
Yeah, that's a good spot to be, no doubt about that. But yet, by the same token, obviously, you always are looking to improve and work on things and so forth. What's been the biggest improvement you two have seen besides just getting more gigs for Common Ground since you started Common Ground?
I think for me, we've really learned how to be dynamic in the mood of the song. So, we might start a song with some finger picking on the guitar, and then we slowly introduce the piano, and then we introduce, I've got a little stomp box that I use as a percussion instrument. We introduce that, and then we're full playing, and then we back down. And so it's not just, we jump right into songs. We really try to, I feel like, take the audience through kind of a storytelling type mood. I don't know that's a good way to describe it. But
yeah, I mean, there's stylized to music. Anybody can play, chords to a song and sing it, but then there's more to it. And we also will take a look at who we're playing, who's in the room. Are people engaged? Oh, they really like that song. Oh, nobody even noticed us play that one.
Right.
So we've gotten to be a lot more receptive to who we're actually playing for and seeing, okay, with this audience, how likely are they to enjoy this style of music versus the other?
That would make a great book, wouldn't it? Reading the Room.
Yeah.
A book for entertainers.
Yeah.
Because truly that is something you have to do. I mean, you can rehearse and think that you've got the most top-notch, let's just go with a single 10-minute bit or something. And go out there for that 10 minutes. You get an audition for somebody. And if you didn't read that room, no matter how great you were, not flying anywhere.
Yeah, and the type
sure.
of venue, too. Like, if you're going to go play at Papa Woody's here versus
Right.
if you're going to go to Our Wine Bar, those are two completely different sets of groups, and they're also there for different purposes. Are the
True.
people there to
Right.
listen to you play, or are you more kind of a background music?
Right.
It's just going to all influence how you play the songs and also what kind of songs you play.
yeah.
Speaking of Papa Woody's, I was there to see a duo, Michael Sorensen and Pierce Hoffman. And out in the audience is this beautiful young lady that you could be a twin of. And she ended up going up and singing with them. In fact, I think it was a Johnny Cash song.
Yes.
Was that you?
Yeah, either that or I'm having some strange deja vu. Yeah, that was so much fun. I was not expecting that. It was just a last minute thing. I just had gone there to listen to that.
Right.
And they said, hey, why don't you just come up and sing a song? Because we might be, a good collaboration down the road. So, yeah,
Well,
that
Michael
was fun.
especially, I just have recently met Pierce, but Michael I've known for years now. And boy, he is one of those that he loves to collaborate. He loves to be thinking outside the box and putting people together, and just a super, super guy in that regard. But it was fun to hear you, and you did get a great applause that night, by the way. Yeah.
Thank you.
And hopefully they shared some of the tip money with you?
No, they didn't.
They didn't?
I wouldn't have taken it.
That statement about Michael being a nice guy?
Oh.
No, Michael's awesome.
No, that's fun, and that's something that I hope we continue to do as individuals and as Common
And
Ground.
as Common.
Because we, it's just been Brady and I playing together, really, and especially for me, I want to do more collaborations with other groups. I think, I haven't really gotten to know a lot of the other musicians in the area as much as I would like, and so it's cool to meet people like Michael and others that I've met, just because I think we have a lot to offer each other and we can help each other out in this industry.
No doubt. Brady, who is someone that you would want to collaborate with, either as solo or the two of you together?
That's a good question. I mean, I did something with Jack Simpson, who plays at our wine bar and the Source, young kid who's super talented, and that was really fun. It was different to play with him. We did something with him. I don't know though. That's a good question. I would say there's some people I met through a Sounds of Nashville event that I did back in. When was that? That was in February, maybe March, something. Anyways, so a couple bands, Whiskey Rich, and the Barnflies, and some people
from Flandreau.
Yeah, some songwriters, and they actually opened up a store that they host live music at in Flandreau all the time now. And so some different groups like that I think it would be fun if we got together and
And then the other thing
did
is,
some sort of show together, or I don't know.
Carlene from Barnflies also happens to be a great photographer, so you might get some good shots.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know?
No,
that?
I didn't.
Well, of course, I'm one of her favorite fans when it comes to pictures, because she had two incredible models one time.
Oh, yeah.
One who will turn 11 next week, and the other who's 3.5. She took pictures of our grad kids,
Nice.
and she's very talented in so many respects. Anyway, but so Katie, where do you see Common Ground going in addition to your own music?
I just hope that we continue to, I mean, right now I feel like we're living the dream. So I don't know how much more I would ask for. It would be fun to continue to expand more into the wedding scene. I say that for Common Ground and also myself, because definitely the piano is more of a wedding type instrument, the style of music that I play. So I would love to do more of that. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Just keep expanding and keep playing, and then those collaborations that I talked about.
Do you have at this point any multi-layered marketing for people that, hey, you got us for your wedding? Well, Katie can play during the reception and so forth. Then when it comes party time, we'll play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was talking to Brady about that. Like anytime somebody will reach out to just him for his solo music or just for me for my solo music, I'll say, hey, I can definitely do this for you. But if you want even more interest in the music, I've got a guitar player and a great singer that we can, combine those two things together. So
yeah, well, regardless, the two of you are multi-talented, and it's just always such a pleasure to have you along. But so, Brady, the same question to you. Where do you see that Common Ground is going to expand and flourish?
Yeah, I mean, I never thought we'd travel and play other places outside of Sioux Falls. So that's been kind of fun to book and travel different places. So that might be kind of cool if we started doing more things like that. Now, of course, that can get a little expensive when you're traveling and possibly having to stay places overnight and things like that. So, but I think the more we do those types of events, that just builds the reputation and the word of mouth thing, and referrals start to come in. So then you get, we played for a graduation party last weekend, and someone at that graduation party has a daughter with a wedding in September, and they reached out to us the next day. Excellent. And so it's just, I mean,
the way it should work.
You don't even have to, at that point, put yourself out there. You just got to show up. And so that's kind of the nice thing, is not having to put in Facebook ads and,
just that organic marketing. And I was thinking of something that I forgot to say about, future expansion. I think it would be really cool if Common Ground did a cover album. We've been asked for that multiple times before. So where we could record some of our most favorite, either our favorite or others' favorite covers of songs and make that into some type of an album. So people don't have to wait until the summer or until our next gig to hear some of the songs that we do.
You're familiar with the great logo, or not logo, but slogan that Nike has used for a long time?
Just
do it.
Just do it.
Yeah, it's time.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to make that happen. We've been talking about it for a while.
I think it not gonna make it happen. You're gonna do it. I feel it. I just have I'm not a prognosticator, but by gosh, by golly, by dang, this will happen.
Yeah. I like it. It's a good mindset.
Yeah, that's for sure. So we can look forward to that. See, I'm even using the positive. Not, we might see that.
That's called manifesting, I think.
Yeah, well, okay. I did do that at an estate sale recently.
Oh.
Because I bought a new laptop for Dipsy Doodle Production Studios recently. Well, right before the first of the year. But, of course, new laptops do not have discs anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I thought, man, if I could just find one of those, cheap, it was just the CD player, like a Walkman CD or something. And sure enough, got one a while back for $3, and it works perfectly.
There you go. Wow. Manifesting.
That was my manifest.
Attraction.
So now we're manifesting the Common Ground cover album.
Mm-hmm.
Got an idea for what you want to call it other than just Common Ground?
Yeah, we'll have to think about that one.
Common Ground, Common Covers?
It makes me think
common
of like
covers. Ooh. Not so common covers.
Oh, what does Boyce Avenue call? They're popular.
Yeah, they probably just call them Volume 1, Volume 2, but they've got like 10 volumes of covers right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm putting it out there. It's going to happen.
We'll get you the first copy.
All
There you
right.
go.
Thank you. And you can actually still give it to me on disc.
Yeah, I was just
Exactly.
going to say, you have that Walkman now, so.
Be the one person who buys the CD. Everyone else will go listen to it on streaming.
Come on. We got to think positive. That's the thing that I have learned in this, especially, when this podcast started.
Carrie was anticipating 3 episodes. And this is now 131.
Wow. Awesome.
So we think positively here.
Yes.
All right. Typical questions. We've asked them several times before to both of you, but not together as a couple. When you're not part of the entertainment and art scene, what do you like to be entertained by?
Well, for me, I'm a business owner, so that entertains me plenty. That's one of my things.
Any hobbies, though, besides all of this?
Well,
I mean, we travel or we hang out with friends. I
Yeah.
mean, just normal people things. But music and my business take up.
Take it up.
Yeah, and it's
Understand.
unfortunately, but not unfortunately, when you are a business owner, and you relate to this, I'm sure, you do what you love, and
Right.
you make money doing that. So they are my hobbies, even though I do make money doing them. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would ditto to everything Katie said. I know one thing that recently she's really gotten into, and I enjoy as well, is going hiking, going to Big Sioux Rec area, which is in Brandon.
Right out your back door.
Yeah, and that's just a kind of a place to get away. It, you know, it feels like you're getting away from, even though you're basically right in town, but just a little bit of an escape, and so yeah, all of those things are good.
Yeah. Well, we escaped to the Firefly Oasis,
Yeah,
which
you've
is
got-
our 3-season room
We
in our
still need to
patio.
come visit. I'll have to come check it out.
Well, you're not. Are you playing any place 4th of July?
No gigs scheduled 4th of July currently.
The
Currently.
Firefly Oasis 4th will be taking
You're
place
firing
again.
up the grill.
Oh, yeah.
You got a smoker? Or?
No, don't have a smoker, but we have a searer. So if
Okay.
you bring a steak, we can do that
Sizzle.
to it as well.
All right.
But otherwise, burgers, hamburgers, we'll do hot dogs, that type of stuff.
That sounds great.
All right.
We're in.
All right, look forward to it. And look forward to seeing you guys plenty of places. What's coming up next, in fact? Where are we going to be over this weekend or coming up in the next month?
Yeah, so our next gig is actually at the Barrel House on June 9th, and this is going to be our first time at the Barrel House, so we're
Yeah.
really
That's
excited.
a Thursday night, right?
Thursday.
Yeah, love being there on a Thursday night. And
Yeah.
hopefully Mother Nature coordinates and
Yes.
Yeah.
brings us great weather. We can all be out on the patio.
Yep.
So we've got that, and then that week actually we've got a run of some things. We also are playing at Good Earth State Park, I think on the 12th, which is a Sunday.
Yeah.
We'll be out at Good Earth State Park in the afternoon. So yeah, we've got a multitude of things coming up. We should probably mention that one. That's a good one. July 18th is a Monday. We're going to be playing at McKinnon Park. They do the
In the
Mondays.
shell?
Yep, they
Yeah.
do that Mondays at McKinnon. That's a new thing for us.
Wonderful.
So we're really excited about that one because we've never done that before. Some farmers markets and different things like that too throughout the summer. So.
And if people want to keep updated on that, where do they go?
Yep, we finally have a website so that we can have somewhere for people to go. It's commongroundmusicians.com.
Excellent. Look forward to taking a peek at that. Going to be great to see you out and about in the performances during the summertime and so forth, but always great to see you anyway. So Brady and Katie Wrede, they are Common Ground. Check them out, commongroundmusicians.com. Did I get it right?
Yep.
You got it.
All right. Fantastic. Thanks again. I always appreciate the time that you guys put in.
Yep.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Dave.
And we'll be back with more of the Dave Holly Hour in just a moment.
Dr. Perry Langston and Dr. Corey Tooney know excellence is in you. That's why they provide you with excellent care at XL Chiropractic, improving your overall health in spirit, body, mind, and will. Get results the natural way. Arrange a consultation, 605-332-9235 or xlchiros.com. Excellent care for excellent people. XL Chiropractic, located at 4309 South Racket Drive in Sioux Falls.
Sure, they have darts, and you've heard me talk about how ruggedly handsome the trivia host is, but all caps fun never stops at the Sky Lounge and Tea. And fun is best had with your friends enjoying live entertainment, as in live and local. Yeah, the Sky Lounge believes in giving you the best bands, solo artists, and comedians from the area. The Neo Johnsons, Elizabeth Hunstead, Skylar Volks, as well as many others. And a great staff will make sure you enjoy your fun at the Sky Lounge in Tea, South Dakota.
From the Dipsy Doodle Studios at the world headquarters of Big D Entertainment, a 40-square-foot home studio in the middle of America, it's Dave Holly.
Thanks again, Brady and Katie Wrede, together known as Common Ground. And thank you for listening, downloading, streaming, sharing, following. It is all so greatly appreciated. Make sure, if you haven't been following and so forth, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget, you can get all 131 episodes online at davehollyhour.com. As Arts South Dakota says, home is where the art is. As I say, put some art in your heart. Remember, I'm Dave Holly, and for me, every day is a holiday.
The Dave Holly Hour has been brought to you by the Sky Lounge and Tea, XL Chiropractic, Quality Nails, Ale Hop Brewery Tours, and Jesse Moffett Entertainment. If you would like to contribute to the continued success of this podcast, go to davehollyhour.com. At the bottom of the front page is the additional links section. Click on the orange button, Dave Holly on Linktree. You can order merchandise, become a Dave Holly Hour VIP, and make contributions to the show. The Dave Holly Hour is produced in the Dipsy Doodle Studios by Big D Entertainment.
Thanks for listening.